Good evening, everyone. This is Carolyn Lang, and I'm coming to you from my office here in Wisconsin. And the reason I'm talking to you today is I wanted to talk a little bit about my sunburn that I got. Are you failing or are you learning? So I had posted a picture about my sunburn, and I called it my SPF application failure. And when I thought about that later, I realized how that could apply to my business. Hi, Claudie. Thanks for joining me. And I'm just talking about how my sunburn that I got this weekend applies to my business. So what happened was I was attending my daughter's last soccer tournament, and I had applied my suntan lotion, and I made sure that I sat in the shade of a tree and all of those things. However, there were some factors that I did not take into account, so I wish to learn from them. So the first one was I did not take into account that I sprayed on my suntan lotion and it didn't stay where I wanted it to stay. It was very windy on Saturday, and so when I sprayed it on, it kind of blew away. Hi, Crystal. Hi. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Mr. Bonilla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thanks for joining me. Anyway, I got out. I thought, okay, I've got it this time. I got my suntan spray out. I sprayed it on, but I forgot my feet. And then when I did spray it on my feet, the wind blew it away. And you can see too on my arms, I've got some patches where I didn't get burned. So I know I put the suntan lotion on. However, there were other patches that I did get burned on. So it was one of those things when you spray it in a windy area, it blows away and doesn't get on your skin. So that was my first one. The second one was it was very windy. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Like I said, it was very windy, and so it kind of disguised how warm it really was, how much sun I was really getting, because, you know, when the wind is blowing, it doesn't feel so hot. You feel more comfortable. And I had sat under a tree thinking that I knew that I needed to make sure I was protected. I sat under the tree. However, with the wind blowing, I didn't realize that the sun had moved, so my shade had kind of moved as well. And I wasn't getting too hot. And the third thing was I entirely forgot my neck. So if you look, you see where I have a really nice burn there. And it's only on one side because that's where the sun was coming. So that's my failure for my SPF application. So how do I think this relates to a business? So when you have your business, and especially network marketing, any kind of thing where you need to process of duplication and talking to people and those sorts of things in your business. When you are learning those things, is it something that you are failing at, or are you going to learn from them? So I had kind of compiled a list of things that why people fail in their network marketing business. And so these are things that they just decided, or maybe didn't decide. That's the problem. They didn't decide that they were going to be successful, number one. And number two, they didn't learn from their mistakes. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Oh, thank you, Alejandro. My sunburn is feeling much better. It just looks nasty. So the first one is for why people don't be successful is that they don't have a contact list. I mean, you need to have leads, people to talk to, and you can say, I'm not going to talk to my family and friends or people that I know, but if you truly believe in your business and what you are offering, why aren't you talking to them? Because it would benefit them, right? You're not going to do anything that would harm them. And if you are in a company that you absolutely refuse to talk to your family and friends because you're afraid they're going to get hurt, maybe you need to reevaluate where you are at. Now, I understand the need to not chase your family and friends, and I certainly don't mean that. But if there is an opportunity that you feel that your business or your products or what you are involved in would help somebody, wouldn't you want to share it with them? I mean, that's part of your belief in your own product or your own business. Number 2 is a lack of commitment. Are you dabbling in your business, or are you truly working your business? You can work it part-time, you can work it full-time, you just can't work it sometimes. And I know that in the past I have been guilty of not wanting to talk to people and dabbling or working it only sometimes. So now is the time to get busy and actually have dedicated office hours. And if this is something I want to do and that I am going to pursue, then by George, get busy and do it, right? The third one is if you are income driven rather than service driven. So if you're just in it to make money, well, that's not going to work very well, because the whole thing about what it is that you're involved in as a network marketer, or as Eric Worre says, to go pro, is you need to help other people. You help other people get what they want, whether it be an income, whether it be part-time income, whether it be a product or something that you can help them solve. Whatever it is that you're going to help them solve, if you help them, then you will end up being successful. I mean, that's just how it works. The fourth one is if you are easy distractions, that you just kind of can't focus, and you get, like just now with my live here, if you don't focus on what it is that you're doing and you just have a squirrel moment and off you go. The next one is where you have no excitement. So I'm in this thing. Would you like to take a look at it? I mean, how exciting is that? I have tended to, I'm more, I guess they call it an extroverted introvert, where I don't always sound super excited. So that's something that I need to work at. I mean, I look back at some of my first lives and I sound like I'm half asleep in them. And that's not really that fun to listen to, I wouldn't think. So have some excitement about what it is you're doing. If you are looking forward to the future, looking forward to what it is that you are going for, then you should have some excitement. Sure, you've got some down days once in a while. Everybody does. But if that's truly what you believe to be your dream, how you're going to achieve your dreams, then you should feel some excitement for it. Again, if you don't, you should probably reevaluate what it is you're doing. The next one is no written goals. Again, another thing that I did not have for the longest time. So if you have your written goals that you are able to continue to look at, or you have a dream board, something that keeps you going when you are feeling kind of blue, when you don't have somebody to talk to, or when you did talk to them, they were maybe a little rude to you or something to keep you going. The other thing is taking no personally. You are just like a waitress offering coffee after a meal, or offering pie after a meal. When they come up to you and they ask, waiter or waitress, when they come up and ask you, do you want a cup of coffee, or do you want some dessert after your meal? If you tell them no, you do not see them, or at least I would hope not, running off, crying their eyes out because you've told them no. No, what they do is they do their job. They offer you the pie, they offer you the dessert. You say no, okay, then I'll give you your check. Thank you for joining us. They move on to the next table. That's all it is. Do not take no personally. And also, no may not be no forever. It might be no right now because something is going on in their life and they just don't have the time or the inclination to check out what it is that you're talking about, what you're offering them. The next one is having poor posture. And by that is when you are begging them, please take a look, and you have that feeling of you're not sure of yourself, you don't think that what you're doing is necessarily, valid or good. You just want somebody to look at it, and that's like, that's just too desperate. Nobody is interested in being along with somebody who's desperate, right? So have some posture. They're not interested? Okay, fine. There are plenty of people out there. I mean, how many people are on Facebook? How many people are on social media? And if it's just a sifting process. Somebody, attraction marketing talks about attracting people to you that you are looking for. So if those people say no, I guess they weren't for you, right? And the last one is being salesman-y, where it's just that you are always pitching your product. You got to do this, you got to do that. And so every conversation that you have with somebody is about, oh, you should check this out. This is something that's really good, and I really think you'd be good at it. And then the next time you see them again, or the next time you speak with them, hi, how did you like that thing that I showed you? What do you think? Is this, and you keep being the salesman. No, build the relationship first, find out their needs, let them see you acting in your business. How do you run your business? They're checking you out, right? Tell you no, and then they say yes later. Ah, yes, for waitressing, Crystal, exactly. So, like I said, with having the, not being a salesman or having the posture, all of those things sort of rolled up in one. People are watching you. They may be watching you and to see if you're successful. They're going to see how you behave when you encounter downturns in your business. They want to see what kind of a person you are if they don't know you very well. So they're watching. And if you are the example, if you are the pro, like Eric Worre says, then they are more apt to be inclined to work with you. So that when you go back and talk to them later, Crystal, then they say yes at a later time. So I hope that those tips were kind of helpful. If they are, make sure you comment. I appreciate your comments that you have joined me and conversed with me. It certainly does make it nicer to chat with people. I don't sound like I'm lecturing like I did with my kids for school all the time, but feel free to share this, comment on it, and appreciate your cooperation in our discussion tonight. So I hope that you don't feel like you're failing, but rather you are learning. You examine what it is that you're having troubles with, you find out what you need to be doing, you make a course correction, and you keep moving. So on to your goals. Take care this evening. Thanks, Alejandro. Thanks. I appreciate it. Take care.